Himno oficial de la coronación de nuestra Ciela Rincón Calcaño y música de Adolfo de Paul.
Y en el área de la ciega se hizo la...
En tus 80 años de tu coronación y tu himno, Chinita, aquí estamos, dos chiquinquileños.
Se cumplen 80 años de aquella coronación. Sonaron los campanarios y las salvas de cañón. Y el pueblo con devoción de las humildes ofrendas que las violas en la prenda bendita de la ocasión. Y en el área de la ciega se hizo la celebración. Se cumplen 80 años de aquella coronación. Sonaron los campanarios y las salvas de cañón. Y el pueblo con devoción de las humildes ofrendas que ya violas en la prenda bendita de la ocasión. Y en el área de la ciega se hizo la celebración.
Y fue coronada
La santa patrona
y se estrenó el himno.
Going into the season, I thought it was going to be the White Sox at the top of the division. Maybe the Twins were going to be doing something. Obviously, they've underperformed. And here come the Guardians. They've won 12 of their last 16. 2.08 ERA over that span. And, of course, now they have Tristan McKenzie going today. This is going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. Let's get to some things to know about MLB's Game of the Week live on YouTube. Our game is streaming all over the globe. And the best part is it's free. After today, we will only have 2 more games during the regular season. Be sure to subscribe to the MLB YouTube channel to join the over 3.5 million fans that enjoy our MLB content. Click the bell icon to receive notifications on upcoming games, and YouTube TV subscribers can stream live in an MLB pop-up channel as well as in 4K for 4K plus subscribers. Now, before we get to you set for today's matchup in Seattle, let's take a look at what happened for both Cleveland and Seattle last night.
2 down, there's Jose Ramirez. Oh, Jose, did you get it all, though? Back to the wall, Profar. He'll watch it sail out of here, and the Guardians will play from in front. Home run number 24 for Jose Ramirez and RBI number 101.
1-0 Guardians in the fourth. Jose Ramirez leading off against Blake Snell.
Club, deep left center field. It's in the alley, and it is out of here.
He's done it again, and it's 2-0 Guardians. And that'll bring up Oscar Gonzalez.
Another one. Deep down the line. Look out, folks. Back-to-back jacks here in the fourth, and it's 3-0 Cleveland. Bases loaded with only 1 out. It's Stephen Kwan coming to the plate. Half swing down the line. It's a fair ball. Miller scores. Here comes Luke Maile. Throw to the plate, not in time. Stephen Kwan drives in 2 with a little half swing flare in the left field.
Bases loaded, 2 down, 7th inning. 7-0 Cleveland. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase down and away. Quantrill will be done for the day with 7 shutout innings.
So now the Nationals have 2 on with 1 away. And the batter is our good friend Nelson Cruz.
Cruz gets a fastball that he takes up the middle. They're going to send Joey Meneses, Gary DiSarcina waving him around. And after the strikeout, bang, 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 and the Nats are on the board early.
2 down, and the batter will be Julio Rodriguez. Julio for 3 on the day. 19 home runs and 63 runs batted in.
Julio, high blast, left center field. This is gone. Home run, Julio. For the first time since 2002, there's a Mariner in the 2020 club.
So 2 outs for the Nationals here in the top of the 9th inning, and that'll bring up Vargas, who is 1 for 3 on the day.
Hit in the air to deep right. Back goes Henniger, way back to the warning track. He leaps and bang, zoom, Ildemaro Vargas with a 2-run homer to give the Nationals the lead.
The Mariners have runners on at first and third with 2 outs, and here comes Cal Raleigh with a chance to win it with 1 swing of the bat.
And the first pitch hit well to center. Victor Robles battling the sun. He's got it, and so do the Nats.
Hey, listen, disappointing loss there for the M's, but they have a chance to turn it around. Shane Bieber out there, a man of the people, a lot of Guardians fans out there in the Emerald City. Beautiful afternoon as we're getting set for this one. Bieber's going tomorrow against Logan Gilbert. That's going to be impressive. Here's a quick look at the lineup here. J-Rod, became the first Mariner. You just saw that since Mike Cameron to reach the 2020 club on Wednesday. He'll be leading off, playing center. Jesse Winker there in the 2 spot, playing left field. Mitch Haniger there in the 3 spot, which he'll be playing right field. And then, of course, Eugenio Suarez playing third, batting cleanup. 150. This is the most in MLB since 2018.
As for the Guardians, Stephen Kwan leading off. He's hitting .328 in his last 57 games. Ahmed Rosario batting second. His 95 first is actually second in all of baseball. And Jose Ramirez in the 3 hole, his 103 RBI trail only. Aaron Judge for the AL lead. Judge, by the way, he's got 105. So he's ridiculous. Now let's get it out to the guys at the call of the game, Scott Braun and Yonder Alonso.
Isn't this just the best? Don't you love being in Seattle? The weather's perfect. Even like the little things you say. I love the colors all around the ballpark.
I love the colors. I love these 2 teams. I love the weather. It's going to be a pretty rocking house today.
It is. I agree. And also, they haven't faced each other. And these are 2 really good ball clubs with interesting storylines. Of course, with the Mariners haven't been in forever. And then the Guardians, I think, still are not being talked about enough. And they're leading the division by 4 games.
And you know what? If the season ended today, these are the teams that will go against each other. Look, I think when you look at the Guardians, obviously they don't strike out. They're kind of that pest of a team. They're a grinding team, and like Tito Francona says, they're kind of that old school type of team where they make you work for your runs, they make you work for your outs. This is just going to be an all-around great.
A great example of that, Stephen Kwan, who's going to lead off for the Guardians. He's going to be mic'd up. We're talking to Shane Bieber and George Kirby during this game, and then Tristan McKenzie is on another level right now, coming off a career-high 14. Yeah, so I'm telling you might see some swing and miss on the Seattle
and
side.
He's got a really good curveball, probably the best curveball in the league. But like Tito said as well during the meetings, he's got that curveball, he's got that good slider, and a really good fastball that he complements with it. I think the hitters for Seattle Mariners have their hands tied up.
Yeah, with someone like him for sure. They also have been a bit unlucky, Scott Service told us lately. He's big on BABIP. We can talk about that during the game. But he said, hey, I like the process right now.
baseball talent has come out of Sin City, and there's been talk of a major league team eventually calling it home. I was out at the Aviators Park a couple weeks ago. I was so impressed by it. The setup is amazing. But as a native, would you like to have Major League Baseball put a team in Vegas?
I mean, if I get to play at home, that would be pretty darn nice.
Right?
I sure wouldn't be disappointed about that. No, I think hopefully we just figure everything out, and then, expansion would be great for Major League Baseball. I think it'd be great if we get to 32 teams. I think it'd be even better. You have bigger fan bases for everywhere, and, that'd be pretty darn fun to have a Vegas baseball team. A lot of us grew up, cheering for different teams, but it'd be pretty fun to have a hometown team.
That was such a diplomatic answer. You're destined to work in a front office one day, Paul. Real quick, a fun spin on this question. What would you name a team in Vegas?
Oh, man, there's just so many, gosh, I think you'd have to do something like Blackjacks, something like that, to make sure we get the, we're not naive to the fact that we have a few casinos down on the strip that represent our city.
I think the Aces is already taken, right? Is that the Reno?
Yeah.
Yes, that's our women's basketball team.
Oh, amazing.
No, that's our women's basketball team, and our WNBA team's the Las Vegas Aces.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Playoff team, #1 seed.
Wow, I love the shout out to the Aces there. Okay, so
Absolutely, anything Vegas.
I love that. Yeah, you're obviously a diehard Vegas fan. All things Vegas, we're all in on, of course. So we did a deep dive in your social media. We found that you're racing enthusiasts. So how much of a gearhead are you, and what type of racing are you following?
I'm not at all. Of course, that's the one picture you found for my social media. And we took my dad for his 60th birthday, my brother and I, when we went and raced some Porsches and Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and that sort of stuff. And I made a joke about watches Formula One once. And then, my aunt and uncle and my cousin are actually very big Formula One fans. And my cousin wrote on there, that's
It was such a sweet picture.
She just dove right in. She takes everything with her hands and then puts it to her mouth. So that's kind of what we expected. This moment, she just dove right in. So it was pretty good. It was pretty funny.
Oh, it's so adorable. Now, I'm sure you're using YouTube to search all things parenting. But aside from that, what's your favorite search?
So I have this video that I really, really like. It's a cat. It's like a cat jumping off of a balcony to AWOL Nation's sail. It's a. Oh, so you guys had it. There it is.
Oh, we have it queued up for you.
It's all. Every time I watch this, I crack up laughing. Everything about this is perfect. It gets me every time. It's so good.
Do you have a cat?
No. So it's not. I'm not really a cat person. It's just that video gets me every time. I can't help it.
It's so amazing and so random. Have you shown any of your teammates?
No, maybe we need to get it up in the TVs in the clubhouse though. Maybe we'll talk. Maybe if we win today, maybe we'll get it up in the TVs tomorrow for the night game.
Yeah, I love that. I think you should make that a YouTube short and just go around the clubhouse and see what the reaction is. Or you're right, that could be the new video that you guys celebrate to after a big win.
Everyone just jumps up and spreads their arms and legs. Perfect set.
I think that's the new home run celebration.
We'll know exactly where it came from when we see that go down.
Yeah, if Julio goes deep today and he does that, you know who told him to do it before the game.
All right, Paul. Well, thank you so much for your time and have a great game today, and we'll check in with you later.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
We have a good one lined up for you here this week. Yes, it's Adam Jackson, and He is the creator of 5 Points videos, so it's basically sports facts, dad jokes, which I'm here for. 30 dad jokes in there. Go ahead, throw them out at us, Adam. Refreshing look at information you didn't know you needed. Favorite teams, the New York Mets. This is a fun season for you, my friend. And his favorite MLB moment is playing an Appalachian League team with other YouTubers in a baseball game. We're going to get to that in just a second as we welcome Adam in. I mean, the fact that he even pulled it off is impressive in and of itself. Just tell us about how you started 5 Point videos and just the content on your channel.
Yeah, I originally started out as a gaming channel, and then I quickly realized like nobody wants to watch an old guy playing video games. And so I figured out I was better at expunging useless sports information, and it's been about 10 years now. It'll be 10 years next year that I've been on YouTube. It is a lot of hard work, a lot of grinding, but I'm happy to be here now.
You're almost at your anniversary. Congrats. And we came across some baseball videos on your page that we have to discuss. Let's start with the weird baseballs. How did you come up with this idea, and what did you learn?
So I was on Twitter one day and people started posting weird baseball fields, and then I found this Reddit that just had hundreds of weird baseball fields, and I started diving deep into them. And there is just no limit to how weird a baseball field can get, because a football field, it's standard. It's 120 yards, you know, it's always 50 yards wide. A baseball field can be anything. I found fields with trees in center field, hills. There's one, the last one that you kind of saw pop up there. Yeah, they're just endless amounts of weird dimensions, and it's one of the most fun I've ever had putting together a video, for sure.
That's fascinating. I love the outline and then just the dimensions. In your opinion, what's the weirdest field you've ever laid your eyes on?
There's one that had a goalpost on second base. So I'm sure that they removed it during play, but it's really fun to go and say Google Earth and find the field and see it in its state that it's in Google, and just imagine them trying to play a game and someone sliding into a goalpost at second base.
I feel like they could get creative with that, and play, right? Of course they could. You
Absolutely.
also have a video on why nobody can hit the warehouse at Camden Yards. Did you get the answer to this question?
I did. It took a lot of research. You know, I did a lot of math. I determined exactly how far away the warehouse is, and the answer is it's really, really far away. In fact, it's so
close.
It does, but that's because of forced perspective. It looks like it's on top of the fence. It's actually 430 feet away from home plate. Then it's up 30 feet. So you really have to hit 460, 470 right down the line to hit it. And I just don't think it'll happen until O'Neal Cruz plays there next.
Oh my gosh, that ball last night was insane.
I feel like Adam's giving Sarah Lang for money.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
He just dropped some knowledge.
Yeah, good info. Okay, so you recently were on a mission to put together a team of YouTubers to play baseball against real competition. Okay, why did you want to do this? And I gotta know, like, how'd it go?
I'm laughing with you, by the way, not at you.
I appreciate it. Well, I love baseball. It's my first love. I think the closer you can get to the game at any age, you should. I think if you love baseball, go out and play today. You know, like, go throw a baseball, go hit a baseball, go to the cage. And so I just had this
slide piece.
Yeah, I'm 45 years old. I haven't played since I was 18. You can do the math. And I was like, I want to play a minor league team in baseball with my friends. And the Burlington actually agreed to play us. They're an MLB affiliated Appalachian League team.
Wow.
And the next thing I knew, I was like, uh-oh, I got to get in playing shape. And I only had 3 months, and had a blast. I struck out on 3 pitches. We actually played another team 2 days later, the Disco Turkeys. And
These names are phenomenal.
I know, it's a great. I barreled a 90-mile-an-hour fastball the second game, but it went.
Oh, how good did it feel coming off the bat, though?
Oh my gosh. It felt like a long lost friend after 25 years.
Oh,
like,
that was a sweet
it felt
answer.
So solid, like, and then it just went foul, and I was like, that's life. But the Sock Puppets are going to play us next year, and everyone's invited. Hopefully, you guys can cover it if you want. Come on down to Burlington. We're playing them again next year in June.
Yeah, we're going to bring the show on the road. I got to ask, though, like, if you're okay with saying it, what was the final score?
It was 12-0 them.
Okay.
It was
I feel
only
like it could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
So actually, our starter, King of JUCO, he played in the minors. So we got through 2 innings.
You
Like,
had a little bit of a
really
ringer
well.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got some ringers coming next year. We're coming for it. The goal next year is to win. It's not just to play.
I feel like you guys should get in the mix with the Savannah Bananas.
I asked them, and they said no.
Oh.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Maybe
Maybe you can put in a good
Yeah,
word.
well, maybe we can pull some
Maybe
strings.
yeah.
Yeah, we have a guy who used to work here that's now pretty high up with that team. I can't believe we're ending on this note, but I have to ask. Obviously, I mentioned off the top that you are a Mets fan. Let's talk about that Subway Series. How you feeling afterwards?
Man, way to bring the show
just
down.
like dagger right to the heart. I was like, hey, we're friends, Adam, and then that's how we're ending it. I'm sorry, but we gotta ask.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'll
You
just
got
block
DeGrom
you on
going
Twitter.
tonight.
Yeah, the Mets need to worry about the Braves. We need to treat the Yankees how they treat us, which is to not worry about them. We definitely have a little brother complex as Mets fans. I'm not one of these Mets fans that talks a lot. I'm the most pessimistic. I'm one of those sad Met fans that just gets up every day.
the self-awareness.
No, that's on brand. I feel like.
Optimism.
It is.
You can't have optimism as a Mets fan. That's just counterintuitive. So they need to worry about the Braves, who are playing really good baseball. They need to knuckle down, not have a repeat of 2007, and then maybe we'll see the Yankees in October, and that'll be the ultimate solution. Now, we did take 2 from them earlier in the year.
Exactly.
So it's not anything to worry about. It's not like we can't beat them. It's just we didn't beat them. It was a really frustrating series, by the way. Got a lot of runners on base, some untimely hits, some really bad luck, but I think the Mets will be fine. That's as optimistic as I can get right there. We'll be fine.
That last Lindor AB, I was actually at a bar in Midtown, and it was split right down the middle between Mets and Yankees fans. And I'm a Colorado Rockies fan, so yeah, you can go ahead and guess how I'm feeling right about now. But it was really interesting, not really having a dog in the fight, just to want both teams to have fun.
Yeah, that foul ball was exactly how I felt against the Disco Turkeys. It just went right down the line where it should have been, and it did not result in what we wanted. But hey, again, we got to worry about the postseason if we can get there.
100%. Hey, listen, Adam, we really appreciate your time, and can't wait for more content.
Yes, I'm definitely thrilled to make content on YouTube. I feel very blessed that I get to do this for a living, and it's always fun to do this every year and be part of the MLB broadcast on YouTube. Appreciate it.
Tristan McKenzie getting loose. We want to know, how many hits do you think he's going to give up today? Opponents are batting just 117 with 59 Ks versus McKenzie's curveball this season.
Batting third, center for 24, Ken Griffey Jr.
He had this ability to sense the moment as a player, as an athlete, and then to be able to deliver on demand almost. It's like nothing I had ever seen.
Junior swinging a drive deep to right field down the line. There it goes. And this place may not have to have the lid removed. It may blow off right now.
Look, this is storybook stuff. First at bat in the Kingdom.
Welcome to Seattle, Ken Griffey Jr.
You hit a home run. Last at bat in the Kingdom, you hit a home run.
Holy smoke, Ken Griffey Jr. with a 3-run homer.
Come on, is that really? That's just too deja vu. Again, that's typical Junior, doing things that nobody else can do and nobody else will do.
Garcia's 1-0 pitch is swung on and well to center field. Griffey going back. He's at the track. He leaps and he makes the catch. Holy cow, he got it.
The fairy tale ending of that last game, the guy gave us one last amazing look at what that building meant for Seattle baseball, what it meant for him.
Welcome back to the MLB Game of the Week live on YouTube, presented by the Warner Brothers movie Elvis, on the epic story of Elvis Presley on digital. Fans watching our YouTube Game of the Week now have their choice of listening experience. Moments before first pitch, simply click the gear icon in your player, choose audio tracks, and select either the primary broadcast or take your pick of the home and away radio calls. Each is available on your favorite device once the game is underway. It's time to get analytical with StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. And for that, we bring in our friend Sarah Langs from MLB.com. And Sarah, Andres Gimenez has been putting up some of the best offensive numbers in his career this season. What has made him so effective at the plate?
So part of what has made him so good is what he has done against non-fastballs. And it's funny because usually when a good hitter is really good, fastballs, and we figure, oh, break in off speed, that's where you can get him out. But not Andres Gimenez. As you see here, he is hitting .341 against breaking and off-speed pitches. That is the highest batting average against those pitches in the majors. And if you saw those guys he was ahead of, Jeff McNeil, Paul Goldschmidt, those are guys who are really, really good. And he is in that echelon and ahead of them. And if you see here, there's almost nowhere you can throw him a non-fastball and actually get him out. And it's not even the ones right down the middle of the plate. Look at that inside 800. I mean, that is incredible.
Yeah, it's been he's done at the plate so far this season. Jesse Winker has been a bit of an enigma though. Say that 10 times fast. His slash line and OPS are not his usual levels, but is there a reason to believe he can turn it around, Sarah?
There really is. So even though he's not slugging the way we've seen him do in the past, look at his chase rate, 19.2%. He is in the 5 in all of baseball in chase rate. So what does that mean? That means he is really selective at the plate. So even though he may not be making exactly the contact that he wants to be making, if you throw a pitch outside of the zone, as this awesome graphic is showing you, he is not going to swing at it unless he really thinks he can do something with it. And that says that he will be able to bounce back from this, whether it's this season or next year, just because he knows what he's doing at the plate. So even if the power isn't there right now, it will return because he's still making those really good decisions on those out-of-zone pitches.
Yeah, and he's going to be a big piece of that Mariners puzzle here down the stretch and potentially in the postseason. Sarah, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time and expertise.
Thank you, guys. So great to chat with both of you.
All right, let's get to our FanDuel picks to click. First up, Julio Rodriguez to hit a home run. It is at plus 300. What you think?
I think this is good value. J-Rod just joined the 2020 club against McKenzie. Yeah, I'm going to take that.
That would mean he's going back-to-back homers. Jose Ramirez to record an RBI. He reached base safely in all 4 plate appearances yesterday. It's at plus 110.
Second all, baseball is going to get the guys in front of him on base. Yes.
All right. Poll results.
Yes. Okay, so you can see 3-4. People have spoken. I love it.
Let's get you out to the game. Enjoy it, everyone.
So can we go up there next time?
Yeah, possibly October.
Ooh, great point. We are in a city starving for playoff baseball, and this ballpark has been filling up with fans and energy to make that a reality. And on the other side, you've got your MLB Game of the Week live on YouTube, presented by the Warner Brothers movie Elvis, on the epic story of Elvis Presley on digital. It's the Cleveland Guardians cracking open a series with the Seattle Mariners at T-Mobile Park in the state of Washington. Scott Braun along with Yonder Alonso. Hello to everyone watching on YouTube worldwide. wide. I love this ballpark.
Oh, there's nothing better. It's a great day for baseball. Great two teams.
And they're playing a little bit early because there's a weekend concert across the way, which is great for us. It is a beautiful afternoon to watch these two teams and these two starting pitchers who are very different. Let's start with Marco Gonzalez. He's your typical crafty lefty, right?
Yeah, he's definitely got his hands fully tied. I mean, we're talking about a Guardians offense that just doesn't strike out. Strikeout is the lowest rate in the majors. They're the highest contact rate in 18.3%. He's got to keep throwing his first pitch strikes and hopefully getting him off balance with that changeup.
What about Tristan McKenzie coming off a 14 strikeout, no walk performance? Is he the new number one starter?
You know what? It's interesting you say that. I think come the playoffs, game one, I'd still think it's Bieber, but my goodness, what a great guy to have for the second day. When you talk about him and talk about what Tito had to say, he was raving about him. His slider is incredible. We all understand he's got a really good curveball, and he complements it with that fastball up in the zone. As we can see here with StatCast, brought to you by Google Cloud, he's a guy that loves to throw his fastball up in the zone, but then loves to pound that slider into lefties or sliders to the right-handed hitters, and using that curveball, especially with two strikes to bury it. He's been phenomenal.
And that's what Terry Francona told us. The fact that he's got the curveball and the slider working, many pitchers don't have both pitches working at the same time well at this point in the season like Tristan does. So props to him and the Guardians of the Land in general. This is a club that has been surprising everyone from day one. They're coming off a 2-game sweep of the San Diego Padres. They displayed a little power in that one, but there's contact, there's clutch, there's this guy.
Yeah, I think when you talk about Jose Ramirez, especially the last 11 games, 341, 4 home runs, 15 RBIs. I love also the base running ability that he brings to the table. What can you say about, especially with runners in scoring position? He's been a menace. And Stephen Kwan, he's not a rookie anymore, guys. I think these people are starting to think that, but last 57 games, he's been on pace to hit 328 with an 824 on base percentage. And let's not forget a 15-game on phenomenal. When we talk about Andres Gimenez as well, and I would love to talk so much about him. I mean, you can spend days talking about him. He's done a phenomenal job. Last 70 games, 10 homers, 38 RBIs, a 506 slugging percentage. Listen, guys have done what he's done. That's Jose Abreu, Freddie Freeman, and Paul Goldschmidt. Since May 30th, this guy has been on a tear. I believe he's kind of that second coming of Alomar. Yes, guys, Alomar. His defensive run save. This guy can do it all. I'm more concerned about the future long-term from Gimenez. I think not only is he a first-time All-Star, we're going to be looking at a 6 or 7 year type of veteran All-Star when you look at the Guardians and him at second base.
He's so young. This is the youngest team in baseball, by the way, and Gimenez is an MVP candidate this year. He should finish at least top 5. Okay, with Seattle, there has been a change in the weather, and I mean this in a very good way for all the Mariners fans. Is this the year they finally make it to the postseason for the first time since 2001? Well, on June 20th, most people said no. 10 games below the 500 mark. They were winning many close games last year. Jerry Dipoto, their GM, said, you know, our relievers are not getting ahead in counts. This is so unlike them. Boom, sunshine since June 21, 38 and 18 since that time period. And it's a mix of what we saw last year, which will work.
Yeah, well, I think, listen, the nickname sticks, and it's the Bomberos, the firefighters. You talk about Paul Sewald, Andres Munoz, and Eric Swanson. They've been unbelievable. Those 3 relievers are pretty much first in everything, in whip, in case, in ERA. If they go and they have the lead in the 8th inning, game's over. It's 38 and 18. You can put a stop on it. And then we could talk about the big bats with Ty France, obviously Mitch Haniger, who's come up clutched year in and year out, and Julio Rodriguez. There's not much you can say about him. The 2020 club, I think he's phenomenal. It's going to be an exciting ball game.
I agree. Great series coming up here. Even Cal Raleigh, who had 2 homers last time we called a Mariners game last week, he's up to 8. And let's bring in Brett Dolan, because Brett, there's 2 things we can agree on. One, we don't love the grasshopper snack here, that whole deal, but we do love Julio Rodriguez in his game. What do you think?
We can agree most certainly on both. You know, it was a couple of months when we were Heaters had not quite bottomed out yet, and Julio Rodriguez had started to hit after a very slow April. He has not stopped since. Those that compile the analytics really have enjoyed following his season as we take a look at the hard hit rate and also the sprint speed, because you notice there's only 3 guys in the 90th percentile or better. Rodriguez well above. He's joined by Mike Trout and Byron Buxton. That duo, when healthy, might be the most tooled up individuals in the game. So that is great company for Rodriguez. Now, I might even add one more. In outs above average, Rodriguez is also at 90%. So we're starting to talk about that total package. sprint speed, and the ability to impact a baseball. Now, I know these Mariners fans are enjoying this race towards the postseason, but I think they're really enjoying the emergence of a potential future and maybe current superstar in Julio Rodriguez.
That's right. He's a 2020 guy, crushed a hanging curveball yesterday. He's in the lineup. We'll show you the rest of the lineups for both sides. And first pitch time in the Emerald City coming at you globally on YouTube. Let's go.
Cosas serias que me pueden suceder, pues ya me preguntan que hasta cuándo nos iremos a cansar, y yo le contesto que soy pobre, que me tiene. No tengo dinero ni nada que dar, lo único que tengo es amor para amar. Puedo querer, pero si no puedes, ni modo.
This is the MLB Game of the Week, live on YouTube, presented by the Warner Brothers movie Elvis, on the epic story of Elvis Presley on digital. Scott Braun, Yonder Alonso, Brett Dolan, that guy. He should join us at some point, Yonder. Is he ready or what?
He's ready. He's gas.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's start this series.
Can you hear it? It feels like Nirvana. It sounds like Team Spirit. The energy so exciting. The power is so enlightening. The thrill is so frightening. To last forever, but forever is a fantasy. Count the seconds and value the hours. Tomorrow's a dream, but this moment is ours. We can take from the bottom. We can go to the top. We can go grind. Hot stops. We can take from the bottom. We can go to the top. We can go run hard to the hot stops. We can take from the bottom. We can go to the top. We can go run hard.
Both ball clubs thriving. Cleveland checking in at 66 and 56 on the season. Mariners also 10 games above the 500 mark, 67 and 57 on the year. So let's take a look at Cleveland's starting nine, presented by the Warner Brothers movie Elvis, on the epic story of Elvis Presley on digital. Stephen Kwan to start, Rosario in the 2 spot, Ramirez with 2 yesterday. Gonzalez got a hold of 1 yesterday as well. Naylor's in there. Jimenez with just a routine day off. He's back in there, and he's been awesome since the All-Star break. He was an All-Star. Millers, Hedges, and Will Benson in center field instead of Miles Straw. We'll talk about that in a moment. Stephen Kwan back at the top of the lineup, mic'd up all day.
They got me bugged. I took a plea deal.
I'm not talking yet.
Thank you, Augie. Appreciate it.
Say hi to my mom.
You want to say hi?
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Steven. Mom's watching.
I love it.
He's going up against the left-hander, Marco Gonzalez. 3.63 ERA on the season, making his 13th start of the year. Make that 4.08 ERA. 3 years old, coming off